Commander Zalthor stood at the training ground's edge, his scales gleaming under the artificial lights of Station Karis 9. Today was an important day. The young warriors of the Zalnari species would demonstrate their combat readiness to the station's newest inhabitant, a human named Marcus Chen. The Zalnari were proud. They were apex predators from a death world where only the strongest survived. Their fangs could pierce through steel plates. Their claws had evolved to tear through the toughest hides. Every member of their species trained from childhood to become perfect soldiers. And these 3 young warriors had completed their basic training just last week. Marcus Chen walked into the training ground wearing casual clothes, simple pants and a loose shirt. He carried a water bottle and smiled widely, waving at Commander Zalthor like they were old friends meeting at a park. The commander's throat pouch inflated slightly with confusion. Didn't this human understand the seriousness of the occasion? The 3 young warriors, Kresh, Talva, and Morgan, stood in formation. They were juveniles, barely past their 16th molting cycle, but already they stood 7 feet tall. Their muscular bodies were covered in dark scales that reflected no light, perfect for ambush hunting. Their eyes glowed yellow in the dim training hall. Ambassador Chen, Commander Zalthor began formally, using the human's official title. Today, our young warriors will demonstrate the battle prowess of the Zalnari. They have trained for 8 cycles in close combat, tactical thinking, and intimidation techniques. What you are about to witness is the result of our species' 10,000 years of warrior tradition. Marcus nodded enthusiastically and pulled out a small device from his pocket. Oh, great. Do you mind if I record this? My daughter back on Earth would love to see this. Zalthor's inner eyelids blinked slowly. Strange human. As you wish. The commander gave a signal. Kresh stepped forward first. He was the largest of the 3, with particularly impressive horns curving back from his skull. He had scored highest in intimidation class. The young warrior took a deep breath, expanded his chest cavity, and released a growl that shook the walls of the training hall. It was a perfect growl, low, rumbling, and filled with the promise of violence. The sound carried notes that triggered fear responses in most species' primitive brains. Kresh held it for a full 10 seconds, his throat vibrating with the effort, his claws extending to their full length. When the growl ended, silence filled the hall. Kresh maintained his aggressive posture, shoulders hunched forward, teeth bared, ready to demonstrate that he was a predator not to be trifled with. Then Marcus started clapping. Not polite, slow clapping, enthusiastic, rapid clapping. He was grinning so wide that his teeth showed. Oh, wow! That was amazing! Buddy, you've got some serious pipes on you. That was at least an 8 out of 10. Kresh's aggressive posture faltered. He looked at Commander Zalthor with confusion in his glowing eyes. The commander's scales ruffled with uncertainty. I mean, it was really good, Marcus continued, still smiling. The way you sustained it? Professional quality? And the little rumble at the end? Chef's kiss. He made a gesture with his fingers that neither Kresh nor the commander understood. Talva stepped forward next, determined to earn proper respect from this strange human. She was faster than Kresh, known for her quick strikes. She decided to add physicality to her display. She growled while demonstrating a series of slashing attacks with her claws, each movement precise and deadly. Her tail whipped around, capable of breaking bones. She finished with a roar, her mouth opening wide enough to show every one of her 72 serrated teeth. Marcus clapped again, this time even more enthusiastically. Yes! Oh my goodness, you added choreography! And that thing you did with your tail? Fantastic! You're like a dancer and a warrior at the same time! He turned to Zalthor. Commander, are they doing a full performance? Because this is incredible. I haven't been this entertained since I saw Cirque du Soleil on Mars. Talva's shoulders slumped. She looked at Morgan, who was supposed to go next. Morgan's scales had turned a lighter shade, indicating anxiety. Commander Zalthor stepped forward, his own confusion turning to frustration. Ambassador Chen, I believe you misunderstand. These are not performances for entertainment. These are demonstrations of combat capability. These young warriors are showing you that they are dangerous, that they are threats, that they should be feared and respected. Marcus's smile didn't fade, but his eyes grew thoughtful. Oh, I understand that, Commander. I completely get it. But you have to understand something about humans. He walked closer to the three young warriors, who instinctively stepped back despite their training. We come from Earth. Do you know what Earth is like? Zalthor nodded slowly. A Class 7 death world. High gravity, extreme weather variations, toxic plant life, and predators in every biome. Exactly, Marcus said. And do you know what we did on that nightmare planet? We domesticated the predators. We made friends with them. We took wolves, pack hunters with powerful jaws, and turned them into dogs that sleep in our beds. We saw cats, solitary ambush predators with razor-sharp claws, and decided they were adorable roommates. We looked at bears, creatures that could tear us apart, and thought, I want to hug that. He turned to face Kresh, Talva, and Morgan. When I see you three trying your best to look scary, do you know what I see? I see young people working really hard to impress their elders. I see teenagers practicing something they've been taught. And yes, I see predators. But here's the thing, humans think predators are cool. Morgan finally stepped forward, determined to salvage the situation. He was the smallest of the three, but the most intelligent. He combined a growl with words, speaking in the human language with a threatening tone. Human Marcus Chen. We are warriors of the Zalnari. We have trained in 87 combat forms. Our bite force measures at 3,000 pounds per square inch. We can sprint at 40 miles per hour. We are your superiors in every physical measurement. You should tremble before us. The growl that accompanied these words was technically perfect. Textbook intimidation with psychological warfare elements included. Marcus listened carefully, his expression serious. When Morgan finished, the human nodded thoughtfully. Then his face broke into that bright smile again, and he started clapping once more. Okay, that was definitely a 10 out of 10. You combined verbal and vocal intimidation. And you did research on human measurements to make the comparison. That's not just physical training, that's psychological tactics. Commander, this one is sharp. He walked right up to Morgan, who tensed, ready to react to any attack. But Marcus just extended his hand. Seriously, well done. All three of you. I know you've worked really hard on this. Morgan looked at the extended hand with confusion. Commander Zalthor's translator implant provided context. He offers a hand gesture of congratulations and respect. Hesitantly, Morgan extended his clawed hand. Marcus shook it firmly, not showing any fear of the claws that could easily tear through his flesh. Then he did the same with Talva and Kresh. Commander Zalthor, Marcus said, turning back to the older warrior. I think there's been a misunderstanding about why I'm here. The Earth Council didn't send me to be intimidated by your warriors. They sent me because your people are about to join the Galactic Coalition, and we need to understand each other better. The commander's throat pouch deflated slightly. You are not afraid of us. Should I be? Marcus asked, genuinely. You've been nothing but professional and courteous since I arrived. These three have been respectful. Yeah, they're physically impressive. And yes, in a fight, they'd probably win. But that's not what this is about, is it? We're allies, not enemies. He looked back at the three young warriors. And honestly, I think what you three did was impressive. Not because it scared me, but because it showed discipline, training, and dedication. Those are qualities that make good soldiers anywhere in the galaxy. Kresh, who had been silent since his first attempt, finally spoke. But we are predators. Humans are prey species. You should fear us instinctively. Marcus laughed, not mockingly, but warmly. Oh, buddy, humans aren't prey. We're persistence hunters. We're the species that chased animals until they collapsed from exhaustion. We're the ones who looked at mammoths and thought, I bet we can eat that. We climbed to the top of the food chain on Earth using nothing but our brains, teamwork, and sheer stubbornness. He pulled out his recording device again. Now, would you three be willing to do that demonstration one more time? Because I genuinely think it was cool, and I'd love to show people back home what talented young warriors look like. My daughter's thinking about joining Earth's Defense Force, and I think seeing dedicated soldiers from another species might inspire her. The three young Zalnari looked at each other, then at their commander. Zalthor's scales rippled in a pattern that indicated amused resignation. Very well. Warriors, demonstrate once more. This time, perhaps understand that the human appreciates your skills differently than we anticipated. This time, when the three performed their intimidation displays, they did so with a different energy. Not trying to scare, but trying to impress, and Marcus watched with genuine appreciation, clapping and encouraging them throughout. Later that evening, Commander Zalthor found Marcus in the station's observation deck, looking out at the stars. Ambassador, I must confess confusion. Are all humans like you? Marcus smiled. Pretty much. We're weird, Commander. We adopt creatures that could kill us. We jump out of perfectly good aircraft for fun. We see danger, and often our first thought is, that looks exciting, rather than, I should run away. Evolution made us a little bit crazy. This will take adjustment, Zalthor admitted. Probably, Marcus agreed, but I think our species will get along just fine. After all, you value honor, courage, and skill. So do we. We just express appreciation differently. The commander's throat pouch inflated in what his species considered a smile. Perhaps next time, I should show you our actual combat demonstration with adult warriors. Full contact. Marcus's eyes lit up. That sounds awesome. Can I bring popcorn? Zalthor didn't know what popcorn was, but he suspected he was going to learn many strange human things in the coming cycles, and somehow he found himself looking forward to it.